Îi dăm drumul acum. Se apropie, deci îi dăm drumul. CQ Oscar Radio 4, India Sierra Sierra, from Yankee Oscar 9, India November India, calling the International Space Station, over. CQ Oscar Radio 4, India Sierra Sierra, from Yankee Oscar 9, India November India, calling the International Space Station, over. Oscar Radio 4, India Sierra Sierra, from Yankee Oscar 9, India November India. Hello Jeff, how do you copy? Roger? Again, Oscar Radio 4, India Sierra Sierra, from Yankee Oscar 9, India November India. Your signal is quite weak. Again, please.
Engineers or scientists or medical doctors, so those backgrounds can make a potential astronaut, but also the ability to work in declined places in extreme environments. Over. Probably the best part of the job, of course, is being here and seeing the Earth from this vantage point. The worst part of the job is being separated from family. Over.
Hi, I'm Andrea. Have you ever felt the amount of space debris hitting the ISS? Over.
Well, Andrea, no, I've never felt the impact of space debris hitting the ISS. We do have evidence outside of some debris, some small debris that is hitting the ISS. Thankfully, we have shielding that has protected us. Over.
This is Mihai. What was the most difficult test that you took during your astronaut training? Over.
Well, Mihai, none of the training was particularly difficult. However, all of it put together makes it a great challenge. Probably the most difficult part for me.
What is an everyday thing which is extremely difficult on ISS? Over.
Everything wants to float away, so it's easy to lose things, but eventually you find them. Over.
Hi, what is the most beautiful thing that you can see from space? Over.
The most beautiful thing that we can see from space is the Earth itself, with its varying lighting conditions, sunsets, sunrises, terrains, oceans, weather, all of that is the most beautiful.
Hello, have you ever observed solar radiation affecting ISS radio communication? Over.
I personally have not experienced solar radiation affecting our radio communication.
Hi, it's Mihai. Is radio communication a passion or is a job obligation? Over.
One of the greatest thrills of being here is to be able to share the experience with people on Earth. And of course, RadioCom allows us to do that. So I would call it a passion. Over.
Hi, this is Alexandra. What is the most interesting discovery made on ISS using plasma? Over.
The weightless environment allows you to do some things that you can't do on Earth. So some of the characteristics that you can see with plasma have been very interesting in some of the experiments, especially one called plasma crystal on ISS. Over.
Hi, Anna here. My question is, what's the biggest difference between expectation and reality when living in space? Over.
That's a hard question. Probably the fact that
is Radu. Has food the same taste in space? Over.
Food does taste pretty much the same in space, but the flavors are somewhat subdued, so we like to spice them up a little bit more to make the flavors a little bit stronger. Over.
What is the first thing you'll be doing when you come back to Earth? Over.
The first thing I do when I come back from Earth, of course, is look forward to seeing my family and then eating some fresh food on a plate. Over.
This is Alex. My question is, what's the most challenging task that you deal with every day on the ISS? Over.